Surprise! I keep waiting for a quiet moment in this house, and it's never forthcoming. Got 3 at school, 1 taking a nap, and 1 being sexy on a conference call that you can probably hear, or maybe not because my microphone broke and we haven't replaced it yet. Either way, welcome to December. It is so thrilling to be here. Can you believe we've survived this whole fucking year, y'all? I mean, I'm still a little in shock personally. How did it get here so quickly? And yet the year felt like it was a decade long. Oh, wow. Whoa. I mean, none of that makes any sense on any level. And here someone else is coming in right now. Come on in. I'm sorry, I'm live streaming. I'll be done in just a second. Sorry, this is one of those days, right? But I did want to make sure this is what my time has been like and everything has been like. And I know it's lovely and a disaster at the same time. But wanted to talk through what December is going to look like for the clients in the fitness protection program. And it just hit me. I have no idea which destinations I posted this to because all I could hear was my husband talking, and I'm probably streaming this to Twitter, and I didn't mean to. Either way, we've got, if you remember the fitness protection program, you are probably wondering if I'm still qualified to coach y'all since I haven't run in a little bit over a week. I'm a day late getting this up and $1 short getting things out. I would like to thank all of the staff for being patient with me, at least to my face. Behind my back, anything you said is definitely fair game because some days this is about the only preparation I do for anything. I don't even put on pants. I put on a onesie, and maybe if I'm lucky, I'll change my earrings. But somehow with this year that was a decade long, that somehow contained Tiger King and a pandemic, boy, the Tiger King phase just feels further and further behind us, right? I remember when I did the live stream at the beginning of the year saying, hey guys, they're going to cancel Boston. Brace yourselves. Once Boston is canceled, everything else is going to fall. This is where we are again. Funny enough, a little bit earlier though, there are probably not going to be any races in 2021. So for us, I'm kind of like, so what? I ran for 15 years without races, and it was kind of amazing. That was before I had pressure to do anything other than jog. And no one cared how far I went or how fast I was. And there was no comparing you to anyone else. It was like, do you do the thing? Oh, I do the thing too. And that was completely it. There was no hierarchy or rank or file. And then that didn't really come into play until Garmin's became a thing around 2007. And by 2007, people who had Garmin's but did not have a background in running, but decided to join because they bought a Garmin, outnumbered the folks who had been here for a while and were like, why do you want a Garmin? Kind of like those of us that were kind of sneering at the people who showed up with the technology. We were in the minority and we had to learn to shut up, get our stuff together so we could keep up with the kids with Garmin's. But that is how much things have changed. And right now we're about to get ready to face a year of going old school again. For a lot of my clients who've been here for a while, you know that I advocate running as a form of self-care. As a young parent, I realized this is the only time each day where I wasn't mom or the chief snack maker or my honey-do list wasn't getting longer because I had a husband who traveled. So anything around the house fell automatically to me. My daily job was the only time I was truly alone. And I didn't even want to listen to music, you guys. There was no multitasking with it. I just went and I breathed. As silly as that sounds, it was almost meditative, because it was the only part of my day that was totally silent and not trying to play catch up with things. And that is the gift that I feel like I can bring to my clients at Fitness Protection all year long. To be clear, we've got other things coming down the pike. We're going to be releasing Slow Burn in January, which is a strength program with some running attached, but you don't have to do the running at all. As like everything else we do, take what you want, leave the rest, and don't worry about it. If for $1 a day, just me coming in and saying, hey, guess what? You're winning at life. Everybody else is lying to you. That in and of itself, this might be the only place you hear it. I'm going to make sure you get your money's worth, even if that's the only reason why you're here. We do have workouts this month and yoga. If you haven't been keeping up with yoga, it's a good time to jump into the private Facebook groups because we got yoga going on now. Thank you to Coach Nikki and Coach Chrissy. I'm not going to lie to you. Western yoga stresses me out. I really like the way that these ladies present it, but I haven't done yoga in so long. And I've been so unmotivated that I consume it like entertainment. I could play Pokemon Go, or I could watch Nakia do stuff. Usually Nakia wins, but those are only 3 minutes long, because really, who wouldn't choose Coach Nakia when given the choice, right? That is sane and rational. So the workouts that we have, we got Romulan Reserve and bring it on and maintain. So I call this Slam Dunk December because slam dunk, y'all, we made it to the end of this horrifying century-long year. We are we have gotten the biggest event. It's behind us now. And now we just got to coast. How long though? I don't know. The good thing is the pressure's off. With this event behind us, the next event, God knows when that's going to be. We just have to maintain and not worry too much about it. And when we're ready to ramp up, we are there. We are there for you to do that. If you really need to make up a goal in order to feel like you have a reason to move, we're here for that too. We're going to make this program work for you wherever you are. We're not going to judge you for needing whatever you need. We're going to reward you and celebrate. Like I'm celebrating all this yoga, even though I'm not doing it. I consume it. I watch it. I'm like, yay, that was gorgeous. And someday I might do it, but I've not been there yet. My executive functioning has been in the toilet, which is why I spent yesterday, not going to lie to you, trying to get to level 41 in Pokemon Go and the new release with my son. He was excited, and my husband was too. And we played Pokemon for a really long time, which is why we got the trading plans out at midnight, I think, East Coast time. Sorry about that. It's not that I don't love you, and it's not that I don't care, but in times of this, and this is what I want you to take away from this, in times of incredible stress, and most of us are under more stress than we've ever been in our lifetimes, it is easy to fall into the trap that most of us have lived in, whereas if you really cared, you'd do it, and then kick ourselves for not having enough motivation or not caring enough, like there's something wrong with us, like we're deficient. And the truth of the matter is, that's not how it works. Like biologically, physiologically, that is not how it works. In times of incredible stress, and again, most of us are dealing with more stress than we ever have in our lives, your brain will not function the way it normally would in other times. It goes to a place where your executive functioning shuts down. What that means is it's not going to let you do anything productive. It's going to make you rest. That is my non-medical school interpretation after 20 years in therapy of what executive functioning is and does as someone with ADHD who has executive functioning problems on a good day. I assure you that on a bad day, a stress-filled day, it hits a new level. So welcome to normies, welcome to where neurodivergent people like me have been living for a very long time. You learn in time how to deal with it, how to recognize when it's happening and how to lean into it. And some days you just got to play Pokemon Go because that was the only thing that excited my son. And I can get behind anything that excites my son. So I tell you that to tell you this, if you cannot get excited about any of these workouts, ain't nothing wrong with you. You are not throwing your money away. It's a promise that I will show up, not a mandate for you to do that. Okay. So, and don't forget, I'm going to be showing up for our year ahead webinar, which will be a little more planned than this because I planned it on a good executive functioning day. We've got a Zoom meeting, the bi-monthly, not twice a week, twice a month, the bi-monthly Zoom where we all sit around and chat and just talk about what's going on right now. Since so many of us are not running and just need to hear like, hey, I'm not doing it either. Yay. It's okay. It's not about what you miss. It's about celebrating what you do. Listening to your body and meeting it where it's at is the most advanced thing you could ever do. It has nothing to do with whether or not you run. It has to do with whether or not you listen. And everything that we do here is a glorified step-by-step process of learning how to run by feel. And if sometimes you don't feel like running, guess what? That's pretty effing advanced. Do that. So we got Romule Reserve, which what used to be known as yellow underpants. I like to tell a story about when I was in Brazil for a weekend that I was so drunk. I really don't remember. I'm embarrassed. I'm in photos, but I have no recollection of this trip whatsoever. It was a Christmas thing a New Year's tradition, or at least it was with these Brazilian girls that I lived and traveled with, to have brand new pairs of yellow underwear on New Year's Day. And that might not be true. I've never Googled it to find out. But to me, New Year's Day is my former roommates and yellow underpants. So that is why y'all are getting this going into the new year, because why not? So it's 35 minutes at 10K pace with a heart rate cap that's pretty firm. Again, I'm never going to push you to work hard. I'm going to slow you down. So anything with a heart rate over 170, guess what? You're working too hard. Don't do that. Please slow down. But you know what? You don't have to do that at all. I like to think of it as a fun cruise interval. It's just permission to go fast, but not too fast, just faster for a little while and then stop and you can feel like you did something. Yay, you. Bring it on. This one's a little bit harder. There's a whole lot of high knees. So you're going to be stopping in place and doing high knees, or you're not. Sometimes when I feel like giving the world the finger, and maybe you're more compliant than I am and you never feel that way. But when I feel like giving the world the finger and it's not an official yelling at city council day, I will do this workout just to get the stairs on the side of the street. Stop and doing a minute worth of high knees and then continuing on. I tell you what, you're going to get some looks. And then you give them the finger. That is my Christmas gift to you. Enjoy if you need it, but you remember, you don't have to do any of this. In Rebuild, you got one workout and you've got get mine, because you're going to go out and get yours for the love of slow, steady work. There, you've got jogging, walking, penguin kicks, jogging, walking, lateral shuffles. So if you have one of the resistance loops, wrap it around your wrist and take it out, but do not forget to take it off after the slides before you continue to jog. It's one thing to trip over your shoelaces. It's another thing entirely to trip over a resistance loop. Let's not do that. The penguin kicks, I will come back and demonstrate a little bit later, but effectively that is just kicking out in each direction, working the resistance, not too quickly, but you should look like a little penguin bouncing back and forth. They're super cute. I'm not super cute right now, but when I get a little super cute later, or cuter than I am at the moment, I promise I will demonstrate those and have videos up, which I know are behind. But again, I hit level 41. You're welcome, RJ. Yay, we had a great day. If you don't play Pokemon, they have just then you're missing out. If you are, then you know that they just released new levels, and this is a really big deal. We're probably going to hit level 42, never, which is why we had to get to level 41 in the first day. So whatever your goal is, whatever motivates you, whatever gets you moving, or whatever tells you that you need to stop, we're here for all of it. We're going to support you, coach and love you through every bit of it. It's not about what you do. It's about whether or not you tune into you and listen to all of the signals that your body is giving you. All right. So that's December. That's what I was thinking. If you hear it all, I say that's a slam dunk. And I would like to thank, oh my gosh, yes, it is on Twitter. Yeah. Thanks, Cricket. Sorry. Oops. I was just clicked all the buttons. It was like, oh, I'm late. I meant to do this an hour ago. Whatever. I got to finish this before Tiff shows up. Fail. She's here. So with that, y'all are coached. You are loved. You're winning at life. Thank you for sticking with me through this year, which was not a year that I expected at all. I adopted a whole bunch of new kids who I love and are having a sleepover at my house on Friday night. I just found out right after they told me, Mom, you need some self-care. Can we have a sleepover? Like, you understand those are two contradictory statements, right? But it's happening. So pray for me. We're going to be watching Jingle Jangle and Die Hard, which is a Christmas movie. I don't care what anyone tells you. Die Hard and Gremlins absolutely are Christmas movies. If you don't believe it, go look it up. Protest kids, go look at like the driving storyline is gentrification of a neighborhood in Gremlins. Going back and watching that the other day was kind of exciting for me because I'm like, whoa, I caught none of this when I was little. It's amazing. But let's see what's fitness tips. I'm glad that was helpful, Cricket. Yeah. Pokemon Go feels like a win, but what feels like a loss, Emily, is that you still can't get into your account. And I don't know why Wix is dragging their feet on it, but I will get the codes to you today. I'm sorry. And being friends with Pokemon, I'm so excited. Yes. We let him, he has to earn playing Pokemon Go, but we totally let him do it. Thank you for being understanding. Thanks to everybody for being understanding. I know that the business is not where I had wanted it to be at the end of this year. We had a whole lot of success when quarantine started and people were looking to get outside and they wanted a pressure-free program, and then we looked great. And then I got sucked into a whole bunch of stuff that I never saw coming. And I know that I wasn't there for people in the way that you needed. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate that those of you who have acknowledged that this is a small woman-owned business and you've continued to support me through it while I've supported the community around me. There's nothing that I really would have done differently this year because I don't look at things that way. If any of you are here for New Year, what I call Romulan, I go back and I'm like, and I don't look back over the year and say, what will I do better? I look back and say, what was awesome and what do I want to do more of? And I spend that week between Christmas and New Year celebrating the things I did well, because there is nothing else in my life that encourages me to do that. And I want to be doing that for you. So as we get ready for Romulan, I got to say, I'm grateful that I still have a business at all. I'm profoundly thankful that you are still here, letting me coach and love you, because you are easy to coach, easier to love. And God, it is just an honor to be associated with all of you badasses who show up week after week, month after month, learning the lessons I want you to learn, which really has to do with making each day and each thing you do your own and pushing off all of the bullshit that diet culture and hustle culture will try to put on the work that you do. Make your work work for you. If you've been able to do that this year, even on one run on one day, then I'm proud of you. And it never once crossed my mind how much crossover there would be between this and protesting, but we really are pushing back against all kinds of oppressive systems all the time. We just added a bigger, uglier one this year. That includes my tax-funded right to go curse at every member of city council, which I exercise every single week. Sorry for that. I'm sorry that it's taking me away from you, but we're making sure it's not going to happen again. So if you're a client of Fitness Protection, I'm ready to see you on Thursday for a Return to Hope, the 2021 webinar. I promise I'll be wearing something almost as sexy as, yay, my new Yeti from Wassail, which, by the way, is really effing warm. I was standing outside for a long time today. The only part of me that was cold was my feet. I was sweating on the inside of this. It's well worth the money, especially if you spend a lot of time outside with unhoused sweeps in Denver. Go get you a Yeti. That's all I have to say about it. Thank you for still being here. See you on Thursday. If you are thinking of joining, but aren't quite sure what we're all about, we are doing a separate webinar for non-subscribers on December the 10th. All you have to do is sign up for our mailing list, which you can do at www.fitnessprotection.com to get details about that soon. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day.